Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go.
Fucking Talladega Nights. I don't know what to do with my legs.
You fucking sick crisscross applesauce.
Just start standing, pacing back and forth.
If one day I have the opportunity to be in Congress, you know.
They bring it up. Yeah, no, that's
Someone's like,
also like
episode 2, disclaimer podcast. Minute 13:53.
you guys want this guy running your country.
Having people on is more or less, or multiple people on, I wanted people to talk equally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then because I didn't want to just like navigate a question just towards, let's just say you. And then you're just sitting there because it's just a him question.
Right.
And then that's why I was always like having to try to get, am I even in the frame?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the frame.
Slide
Okay,
over a
cool.
little bit.
Yeah, slide over.
You want me to slide over just a little bit?
Yeah, let's get close. Let's
Let's
act
get
like we
real
like
close.
each other.
Yes. Oh, okay. I think I'm good, man. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do because I was really scared that maybe I was going to leave somebody out, and that wasn't the intention. And then I'm also really nervous to have one-on-one, like, I mean, not way nervous, but like one-on-one podcasts because I feel like there's a lot more talking on my part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot more talking, and you always like, I don't know why people value eye contact a whole lot because when I talk, I do not have any eye contact.
Either, dude.
I'm always
terrible
looking
at it.
everywhere
It's
else.
because you're thinking about what you're about to say.
Yeah.
That's what I am. I'm just like, okay, I need to sound like,
Yeah,
I need to connect to this. I need
Yeah.
to sound smart.
yeah, exactly.
You
So,
sound smart.
yeah. All right, so we're just gonna hop right in, okay? If you guys don't mind, we're gonna be good to go. So this is disclaimer episode 2. Tonight we have Trey Morrill on, and we also have Dawson Springer on. So let's fucking, let's get it, baby. I mean, I'm just knocking off podcasts. Like, it almost seems like just trying to. I was telling Trey the other day. I was like, I'm trying to like group up as many as I can, and then maybe like spit them out. That way, like
Cash out.
that way, like I'm not like falling behind on content to put out. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a really hard thing for me to do, or it's a hard thing for me to do is to keep content keep going. Right. But yeah. So I actually, this is the first thing that I wanted to touch base with both of you guys, and this is funny because you're gonna love it. Hasbulla, what, Dawson, do you think of Hasbulla, and why do you think this? I want your honesty. I want you to go to full honesty with me right here.
Yeah, I think he's a great guy. I think he's genuine to the heart. He's a social media phenom, dude.
I think you're switching lanes here.
No.
I think you're switching lanes.
No, yeah, I am. I'll be honest.
You wanted to punt him.
Okay. In general terms, yes.
Yeah.
But I do think I've kind of hopped sides to the other fence, you know? Like, I don't hate him anymore, Logan. He was just so annoying on social media. And, like, by annoying, I mean he would post those little videos of him just running up to somebody and slapping him in the face. Like, I just found that so irritating. It just, like, I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way, honestly.
I mean, he is, like, but he's in, like, the UFC type of fling.
Now.
Right,
because of
but
that
now.
kind of, you know.
No, he was friends with, like, he's, like, friends with, like, Khabib and, like...
Okay.
Yeah, they're all Russian buddies.
Well, yeah, but, like...
They train together, and...
He does the right things. I mean, he gets people to watch him, and that's kind of what, you know, his thing's about.
He actually went viral off of him eating strawberries or some shit.
Yeah, why?
I think it's
Why?
just because...
If I posted a video of me eating strawberries, I lose 10 followers.
I think
like
it's...
that. Like,
All right,
you know what I'm
let's get out of here. What's this kid doing?
I think it was more or less the physical appearance. I think that definitely plays a part.
It helps.
Yeah, it helps. But that's like having a singer, like a singer doesn't get famous if they didn't have a voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
actually,
there's always that one trait.
Yeah. I started feeling bad for the guy because I watched the Milk Boys podcast about him.
Yeah.
And they just said, like, or maybe it wasn't in that podcast, it was a later video, but they disclosed, like, they feel bad for him because of how big of a figure he is. Like, everybody wants to take a picture with him just because of
who he is
and how small he is. And
Yeah.
I bet that's hard.
Yeah.
I bet that's super, super hard.
I think I watched the same thing because weren't they talking about like picking him up and stuff?
Yeah,
like how
picking him
annoying
up
that
and-
would be.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I can imagine.
Exactly.
Imagine if I would pick you up.
Yeah. Come here, big guy. Yeah, no. But he's doing the right things. I don't really pay much attention to him. I'm not really on social media as much as I used to be, so I don't.
Right. So he signed a deal with
UFC.
but it's not a fighting contract.
No.
I think more. I don't even know how to label it, but it's like advertising or some kind.
Like
I don't know what
marketing
it.
type?
Like almost
it's
like
a
a
marketing
marketing
deal.
because he has such a big fan base that like people are following him. A lot of people are. And then you'll see him like on the, like right behind the cage, like he's right there. Especially like if Khabib or one of his buddies are fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think he's gonna fight?
I would really like to see him fight that one guy.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either, but it has been everywhere for
Yeah.
years now. You know,
Yeah.
they make these little videos, these like hype videos, and
I mean,
they had a
I wouldn't be
face-off.
surprised.
And
I wouldn't be surprised if they
either.
did it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how they would do it or how they would go about it, but I mean, I would probably tune in and watch it.
Yeah, it's just like no headgear, like
Yeah.
just those tiny little gloves in the octagon, and
Do you think they'd use actual UFC gloves or boxing gloves?
yeah, I don't know if they're strong enough to hold up boxing gloves, dude. To be honest, like,
Well,
I'm sure.
those are some.
You would be surprised. I feel like small people have like a larger upper body.
That's what Kyle was saying. Kyle was saying that these kids are, they're not kids, they're 20 something, but they're built.
Yeah.
They're strong.
They always have like something in them, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Well, you get that adrenaline of the crowd pumping into you. You're going to be able to hold up some gloves and throw some punches, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I would tune in. So that's what I got to say about
The thing I heard though is like Hasbulla, he's not a fighter. Like he's just a total lover.
Okay.
He was always like, I don't want to hurt nobody. Like
Yeah, so
I've
they
always,
might just keep him as that marketing guy. It's like he has a whole bunch of followers. If his face is there, he can go viral right then and there. That brings us more UFC viewers. That
Yeah.
brings us more, just getting more money into their game.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I guess we can stay on the same topic. I haven't even touched anything right in front of me, but
Well, did you see the Milk Boys are in Russia right now?
Russia right now. Yeah,
I did see that.
And, like,
Yeah.
They're hanging out with Hasbulla and
I think it's just like, is it Kyle? So it's Kyle
Salim,
and is it Sam? I think his name is Sam. They got the newer guy, like the shorter guy.
Steiny.
Steiny. Yeah. I think
Steiny did not go.
Oh.
He wanted like a first class plane ticket.
Yeah.
Steiny
And
would
it was like
cause so much
$15,000.
problems, though. I
And
feel
they're
like
we're not paying for that.
Yeah.
Steiny would cause a lot of problems in Russia. I feel like
He's like the type to like.
pop off.
Cousin Jay. He's there. If you guys know who Cousin Jay is.
What's the bigger buff dude's name? That's on there every once in a while.
The tall dude.
Yeah, taller dude. Like he lifts.
He's
man.
like, oh,
I can't even remember his name, but
Bradley Martin.
Bradley Martin. Yeah.
could be Brad. I think it is Brad. Is it? Yeah, I think so.
Brad's pretty big.
He's the guy that like
Yeah.
does
The crazy-
French presses of the
Yeah.
girls and
Yeah.
stuff. That guy? Is that who you're talking about?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's Brad. That rings a bell. I wonder if he's there. Probably not. They just like have him in and off. But okay. So the next thing that I also wanted to touch base on is we're gonna stay UFC because my first 3 topics I want to talk about was fighting, since that's what we all go to Dawson's house for and bet on anyway. McGregor.
Yeah.
Who do we think he's going to fight next? Or maybe not fight next. Do we see him fighting within the beginning of this year?
Ooh, I don't know, man. And I don't know many UFC fighters, but he's definitely gonna make money for the UFC. Like, he's that top dog. I don't really know if he like deserves being top dog anymore. Hot take. I don't know. He's but I don't know, man.
He's gotten so big.
Yeah.
Is he going up a weight class, do you think? Or do you think he's going to shred it off and then like fight like Oliveira or...
No, I think it'll get
Doesn't he
small
have that
again.
freaking lats like this big now?
Yeah. They're making fun of him. He's like, on social media, someone's like, where's your neck? And he goes, I don't have one. Because he's like so big now. But,
I don't know. I guess you said fight at the beginning of this year. I don't know if he'll fight at the beginning, but I can see him fighting this year for sure.
he tweeted about it, but I think the tweet like strictly was saying that he was going to start going through the process because they have to like drug test everybody. You know what I mean? Have to go through the whole deal again. That he would, I guess, be available to fight within the year, but he's like starting that process right now. So I don't know how long that takes, but I don't know. I'm excited to see. I'm excited. I'm a McGregor fan.
Dude, yeah.
Dude, I think his
tons of
whiskey
fun.
is absolute dog shit. But
You don't like Proper 12?
I don't. I think it's horrible.
I remember when you first
I like
when
it,
it first
dude.
came out, we were at the batch pad, bro.
Yeah.
You're
we
like,
had a
guess what
bottle
I
of
got?
Proper 12.
Proper 12.
Dude, I love it. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? But, yeah, I don't know. I want him to fight someone that's going to give him, like, a challenge.
Like Dustin Poirier?
Yeah.
Poirier?
That'd be their
They
third
might-
fight, right?
No.
Second? Third? Fourth? I don't know.
So McGregor won the first one.
I don't know.
Then
Poirier
Poirier.
So this would be.
I remember I was going to put out some mad money on
Was
that
it
second
versus Dustin when Conor broke his leg?
one. No,
in the ring?
that
It
was the second fight. And Conor broke his... Is that what you're saying? Wait.
Was the fight that Conor broke his leg in versus Dustin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that was the third matchup.
Okay.
Okay.
The
It's a 2-1
second...
series.
Yeah,
So this would be
yeah.
the fourth
Basically,
then.
it would be the fourth.
Okay.
Okay.
But I don't know. I seem like they hate each other's guts.
They do.
I
That'd
don't
be
know.
a great fight.
I don't know if they
What
would
would
fight
you? What
again.
would you do? Who would you bet on there?
McGregor.
You think?
I'm biased.
My heart is
I'm so
always
biased
on
when it
McGregor.
comes to
Like,
McGregor.
if McGregor's fighting, I just want to put my money on McGregor.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know. I just feel like
I
he's
just
like,
think he's getting old, man.
He is.
yeah, he's getting up there, but like there are definitely older fighters. You know,
Oh yeah, but
he's still in. I'd say like at the end of his prime. Not middle, but end of his prime.
I had money on his fight against Cowboy, and it was like first round and just boom,
With
boom.
the shoulder, yeah, that was
I
crazy.
Like, I was like,
I forgot about that.
I watched it on a little TV freaking monitor. We were all like hunkered in at Yavapai freaking.
He's a G though. It's gonna be interesting to see what he does because he brings in so many people to tune in. And
Yeah.
people were saying like,
He knows how to talk his shit, that's for sure.
Yep.
yeah. So do you think he has so much money now that maybe he doesn't need to fight? I mean, he obviously does not need to fight anymore.
Yeah.
So do you think that ever crosses his mind?
Yeah. He has a family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bet his wife is like, dude, come on now.
Yeah,
Probably.
But
because they're risking their
it's
life.
yeah, 100%. But it's also like everything he knows.
Yeah.
He knows to fight. He knows how to beat motherfuckers' asses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So
And he makes more money doing it.
yeah, he makes more money doing it. It's one of those things. It's like money starts to dwindle. Yeah, I'll make $100 million for a fight.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. I don't know how much they're making nowadays, but
Yeah, I don't know either.
He's a top dog, so he gets top dollar.
Yeah.
You know?
But he's built businesses around his brand,
yeah,
Yeah.
and so
that is
like,
true too.
He just has money coming out of his ass basically. But all right, so to lead us into kind of the next, I guess, phase of the podcast, talking about UFC and people that might be intimidating. Okay? How do you guys, obviously we all have been intimidated by somebody. Do you guys get like emotionally fragile in that instance? Or do you guys react more of like trying to like match that intimidation with maybe intimidating somebody else?
It just depends on the situation. You know, like most of the time I would like to say my fight or flight is going to be a fight. I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
But there's definitely going to be some times where there's a guy that knows how to fight.
Yeah.
If I'm just talking to me personally.
Yeah.
Like this guy knows how to, you know, break my arm in 2 seconds. I'm gonna be kind of like, tap out like right as they touch me. But I mean,
you're a big guy.
I'm a big guy, so I gotta match that intensity for me.
Yeah, you have to like prove that you're like not a big teddy bear.
Yeah, but I mean,
but you are.
At the time, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I always look back at those situations, like man, I should have just boom or something, and then I was like, you know,
I hate those what ifs. Like, what if I just did that? You know what I mean? What if I just like stirred up some stir fry or something? You know,
it takes a lot for me to get mad.
Like here's some jambalaya, like you know.
It's like here we go. Like
Dawson can talk about fights. I mean,
What? Nah, don't even say it.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna stick to the question here when it comes to intimidation. Do you get intimidated? Are you a cool off guy, or are you like a? Because you're quiet, man.
I'm super cool. I'm very unconfrontational, as you know.
Yeah.
But like Trey said, like if it comes down to that fight or flight scenario,
yeah,
which I don't think I'll ever be in.
Right.
But you might. But you might.
Yeah, you might. I just think if you feel threatened, like you have to fight. You know, you have to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
You got to match that intensity, that intimidation that someone else puts off.
Yeah, you got to put the boots on, man.
You got to put the boots on. You got to buckle up that belt, tuck in your shirt. You know, it's.
What about you?
What about
know,
you,
dude.
What kind of guy are you, man?
I would definitely go back to your comment on like it depends on the situation.
It does. Because
there are some instances where I'm just like, all right, dude, this. Because I've been in like one like 3-punch fight in elementary school. That's it. I've never really been in a fight.
Are you 1-0? Are you 0-1?
There was not a winner.
Split decision.
Like the kid, like he like threw a punch. Yeah, basically.
Split decision.
He threw a punch, but it like missed. It like kind of hit, like scraped the back of my neck.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck was that? Like I don't even know how to. Like I was almost like, was he going in for a hug? Maybe.
Did you kick him?
No.
No.
It was more of like
push him down.
He threw the first punch.
Yeah.
Hit the back of my neck or whatever the hell it was, and then I gave him a shove. By then the teacher was like, you know, because we were just like,
go to the principal's office.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you won.
Huh?
I think you won.
You got the last contact.
I did have. I just shoved him off, and man, I'm like, get the fuck off.
In terms of like who had more contact, body shots, I think you won.
Could have got one left, you know.
Yeah, it was literally like a 2-punch fight.
But you said that was elementary school?
Yeah.
I had one of those.
Yeah.
I was a little freaking bully in elementary school. Dude, there was one time where this kid named Harrison Tussberg, his brother was getting bullied, and we're on this hill at Scenic, and he's running over to me, man. He goes, Trey, my brother's getting bullied over there. And I was like, okay, let's go get him. And there's like this big old like
circle?
It's a circle thing,
people?
but it's like, like bars there. And they were all in there, like, playing, like, Dead Man, you know?
Oh, yeah. I do remember that game. Oh, my gosh. We used to play on the trampoline.
I hop in, I was like, who's bullying Harrison's brother? And they all, like, point to him, and I shove him. He gets, like, falls into the bars, and then Miss Reed was the teacher, 2nd grade or 3rd grade teacher. She's like, Trey! No! It was so funny. I had to go to the principal's office at ISS that day, and then they had, for ISS, they had this thing where in the middle of the cafeteria, there's the ISS kids.
Yeah.
And it was, you were right front and center, eating with the principal, like, stuff like that, and it was just like the shame table.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just sitting there and got your cold lunch or whatever, like, all my friends are over there talking crap about me.
Do you guys remember box tops?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When I think
Pizza
about
parties for that stuff, bro.
Oh yeah.
Do you think they still do that?
I know they're on there still.
Like, what was the incentive? Like, I don't even know what.
Well, they were like 10 cents per box top or something like that. And then,
Yeah.
like, they added it up. And all I know is we got freaking pizza parties. And I was very competitive with that stuff.
Yeah.
Right though, what was the actual value of a tiny piece
Cardboard.
of cardboard? Because you could just recycle the whole box
Yeah, it was like
at that point.
it was like cryptocurrency before cryptocurrency.
was.
Like everybody was putting value towards something that was like just a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. That's all it was.
I'm not saying cryptocurrency is cardboard. Let's not get that confused. But I mean, physically, I guess you could make it so.
I just
That's a good
remember
point.
that there was a currency like thing, and I'm pretty sure it was 10 cents in like the bottom right corner. I always remember
Yeah,
seeing
he's
that.
right.
And I think it was just like a recycle thing
Yeah.
to get kids to start seeing what recycling does.
Oh, maybe.
Dude, you know what you need on this podcast?
What's that?
You need a Jamie.
A Jamie.
Rogan has a Jamie.
Sitting right over
Question
there.
comes up like that,
Yeah.
Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first to put in my resume for it.
Really?
I'll do it. I'm a fast typer, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do. I
College
guess I
student,
do
I'm
have
good
a
at
computer right in
research.
front of me, but
It would take a lot of time. and
You
then-
need to
yeah,
focus your
yeah.
energy here,
yeah, that is true.
and you let Dawson take care of the.
I want help, but at the same time, like I'm like a perfectionist, and that's
Yeah.
always
Well, I mean,
that's my biggest flaw, dude.
he's a freaking perfectionist, bro. He works with his dad.
Yeah, but that's like
His dad is a freaking
perfect.
great,
Yeah.
great
He's a
at what he
perfectionist.
does, and he's a perfectionist. I mean, that's what you got to do to have good. things
Yeah,
out.
but-
I'll be your Jamie.
But to an
Rogan.
okay, all right. I'll keep that in the back of my mind. But on the thought of perfectionism, I do believe that it does hold you back a little bit.
yeah,
Maybe
it
the
takes a
fact
long
that-
time
Maybe.
sometimes.
Because if you never grow, like Dawson said, he can be my Jamie, right? But maybe I would have rather done it here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you never grow because you're always just like in your own little like, well, I'm going to do this because I want it to look this way. I want it to sound like this. I want it to, you know what I mean?
Well, all three of our dads
know.
are perfectionists.
Yeah,
we got
that's
that.
true.
We got that gene for sure.
But I think that's instilled in everybody almost, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think?
No, because you see those people that are like, oh, yeah,
Like they don't give a
Some
fuck,
people
man.
don't give a shit
Yeah. It's like,
about anything.
Just like guppies, and
I mean,
just like they don't
with
care.
my wood business that I did
Yeah.
with my grandpa, like I had to we got in like verbal altercations because this man doesn't pay attention to the slightest things. It would be
Yeah.
like the sander made a little mark
Yeah.
or something, and as a furniture, you're not supposed to like see any of that, right?
Yeah.
So like he's like, oh no, they won't notice. But it's like, but it's on the top of the freaking nightstand, my
Yeah.
guy. Like, love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, but there is a sense of, like, you know, perfectionism that you could probably take a little too far.
Oh,
But then you're also dealing with family at that point.
Yeah.
I feel like you can probably be a little more aggressive with family without crossing the "I don't love you" anymore line. You know what I mean? Like
It's hard to yell at old
You'll
men,
go
let me
to
tell
some
you.
really low places to, you know, or like you'll hold in a lot
Yeah.
just because they're your family member.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think that's
On my
pretty
side.
crazy. Like everybody knows dirt on like their, you know what I mean? Like, or like not dirt might not be the perfect word, but like everybody knows that maybe one of their parents or grandparents or sisters or brothers, like they're a certain way and there's no way you're ever going to change it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And they'll never take your advice because you're family. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the weirdest thing. It's
That's
like,
funny you say that because, I mean, my dad played some professional baseball, and when he
Yeah.
was coaching me as a kid, and it still kind of surfaces today, he'll say something, and I'm like, oh, whatever. But then, like, another coach will say the exact same thing, and immediately it'll click.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Me neither. It's just, you hear their voice,
You don't listen.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's them, they're always talking to you. You're living with them for the majority of your life. You're doing all this stuff with them. So it's just like, he's saying this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I know that. But if somebody else says it,
Yeah.
different mentor or something, it's a little
Yeah.
different, hits you a little different. It's like, oh, shoot, he was right,
Yeah.
type thing.
So what do we think? We're going to take it local. The active shooter in Junction yesterday, or was it the day before? Did you hear about it, Doss?
I'm sorry, I did not hear about this.
Dude,
I have no clue what you're
Dude, there was a
talking about.
guy that was up on, I don't even know the
It's on
address.
Patterson.
Yeah, I don't know the address.
Dylan Hollenbeck,
Yeah.
he lives in that same area.
In the same building?
Yeah. So, like, he was videotaping it on FaceTime while while the guys were arresting him. Dude,
That's crazy.
I saw this freaking video last night, and they like shot him with bean bags, I guess.
Oh.
And like supposedly, this is just hearsay, is he was drunk, and there's like 27 shots that were shot on his end.
Yeah. He took out like a FedEx guy's tire.
So he did hit he had contact.
He had contact with, well, I don't know. I can't, like, you know when you go on Facebook and, like, the things you click on and, like, some of the ads, or not ads, but, like, some of the stories, you're like, is this real? Like, did this actually happen? Or is it somebody typing?
Yeah.
You know, but.
Dude, no,
think he hit something.
the whole SWAT team was there, man. He came out at one point in the video, right up to the SWAT team, and he was like, they're like, put your hands up or whatever they were saying, and he was like, why would I do that? And then like he was acting like it wasn't him, and he started walking back into his house, and they're like lethal
Yeah.
pointing. There's like a little huge turret, probably the 50 cal turret, like on his dome piece.
I'm surprised that, like, you know, the police didn't shoot, like.
They ended up tasering him, so he ran back into his apartment. And they started running back because they thought he was retreating to grab his gun.
Yeah.
And then something happened where somebody got inside with him, and that's where it kind of is like runs all together. It's like he gets shot with the beanbag, he gets hit, goes down, they tase him, or he's up still, they tase him, he goes down, they arrest him, and then they put him in the SWAT truck.
I don't understand, like, what runs through your head to do that. Like, he was just, like, scoped up, like,
Dude,
in his apartment on Patterson. Yeah, you did not hear about that at all? Oh, my gosh. That was, what? Was not
Couple
yesterday.
days ago.
It was 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
like
people
17th
just
or
need to, I don't know. People need to figure this shit out, honestly. But in today's world, it's kind of hard for people to do that.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, it's like you said, why the heck would somebody want to cause harm like that?
For no reason.
And I'm a gun supporter, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm for guns. I go hunting. Like, but it has never crossed my mind to grab my AR and just start unloading on Patterson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a scary thing. I guess on, like, Live PD, they just the other night, I think it was, like, last weekend, my parents were watching, and they're like, yeah, this, like, 3-year-old kid was walking around with a loaded gun.
I saw that.
And he went in, was it that when he went into the school with it?
No, but I did hear about that story.
Okay.
This was, I don't even know, probably somewhere in, like, Florida. I don't know. Florida, you know, like, that's, yeah, it's just a guess, okay? But, yeah, that actually happened, and he was literally, he couldn't even talk. He was like, gaga, like, just walking around with a gun.
Yep.
And there wasn't
strap, my guy.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but, like, there wasn't a bullet in the chamber. So he was pulling the trigger, but it wasn't loaded, but there wasn't a bullet in the chamber.
See, in that type of instance, I feel like that's all on the family, the parents.
Yeah, the parents.
If he's living with parents,
the
like
dad.
you shouldn't be letting your 3-year-old kid be able to grab a gun, because it's as simple as if there was one in the chamber. 3-year-olds are really curious, right? He could have easily shot himself.
Yeah. 100%. Like, that's where, like, why don't you have a safe?
Yeah. Or, if you're going to have it out, put it where you can reach it.
If you don't have a safe, yeah.
I hate to say it, but I think some people shouldn't own a gun.
Yeah, I do.
No,
I really do.
I think there has to be a level. I do
There
also
is, and it's
agree to
kinda-
the fact that there has to be a level.
There has to be, and it's like it's kind of hard to determine.
Yes.
You know, someone
That's the
who's-
problem.
It's hard because there's so many different background checks, right? But like with those background checks, it doesn't tell you the intentions of why this person is now buying the gun,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's where it kind of is like that black and white fine lines, like
Yeah.
where do we make that line? And it's not taking guns away, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
Because then how are we going to protect ourselves if we're in imminent danger?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess stay strapped with candy or something. Like Skittles or something. Actually, speaking about... Actually...
Got a squirt gun.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you always gotta stay strapped with something, I guess. But... Like, you know, like movie theater type of strapped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you ain't gonna go in there to buy candy. You're gonna go in there to, you know, put your Skittles in your girlfriend's purse and you're gonna walk
You
in.
go in with candy.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're strapped.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Going on to the Skittles sneaking in. I saw this one thing on Instagram Reels. It was like a cutout circle, like a sphere, half sphere. What's that called?
An oval.
No.
Oh, half of a sphere.
Anyway, and they
can call
hollowed
this
it
half a
out.
sphere.
They hollowed it out, right? And they put all their candy in it, and then they put it in her stomach so she looked pregnant. And then it was just a big old bowl for them, bro.
Oh, wow.
I was like, man, these people are innovative.
Yeah.
What's your guys' go-to movie theater
Those
snack?
It used to be Milk Duds. Weird enough.
That's a good
Dude.
one.
Yeah, you're like, well, get in there. That's exactly what it is, though.
Dude, I love the sweet tart ropes. They're
Really?
They're like the cherry punch
Yeah.
ropes,
Talk about, yeah.
bro. I'll just eat them before the freaking
Yeah.
ads are over, bro. For
Yeah.
the first freaking movie trailer's done, I'm gone. They're gone. You know.
Well, by the time the movie starts, most of the time you're like not wanting to eat popcorn anymore or anything because like you just
you're
ate so
already
much within
shoveling
the
it.
20 minutes of it.
Dude, I don't like popcorn.
Dude,
Every time I go to the movies, I do
Retweet.
not get popcorn.
It's overrated.
It's way overrated. Just get a few
Retweet.
boxes of chocolate, some crunch.
Yeah.
Crunch
I like-
bars are nice. Real nice.
I don't think a lot of people like these, but I like the Junior Mints.
Have you ever had those frozen?
No,
Oh,
even better.
oh my goodness gracious.
Okay.
It's like a frozen grape.
I've never had those, but I say that they're here, the candy.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're actually pretty good. I froze just like a handful one time and I was like,
Speaking
Can you
of
see the hype?
speaking of frozen, I've seen people bring in like a pint of ice cream to a
Yeah.
movie theater.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying?
in the movie theaters back in the movie theaters back in Florida, they had a bar, which is something that they should incorporate
yeah,
that here,
yeah.
which
Dude,
is really cool. I think
We were in
movie
Ogden,
theaters like
Utah, and they had a freaking bar. They had pool tables, a bar, and then it was a crappy movie theater. But like they had a bar you could have like, and then they served it to you. Like you could call them in, and then they'll
Yeah.
serve it to you. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, like, but then that opens the, all right, we're not going to buy the $12 beer. We're sneaking in Coors Lights
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have
In
to
the
do it with
purse.
the cans. Yeah.
and some candy. People pop their own popcorn and hide that too and bring it in.
I guarantee it.
I think that's getting a little too cheap, though.
That is pretty cheap.
I mean the whole
That is pretty cheap.
the movie
You're popping your own
experience.
popcorn.
The
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
experience, like, there's one person in the group getting popcorn.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like part of like, you gotta have the popcorn, movie theater popcorn.
Yeah.
If you're gonna bring popcorn and eat
Because if you're going to bring your own popcorn, it's getting to the point where that's like Blockbuster type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Blockbuster, bro.
You know what I mean?
Block-
That's
Totally
like,
agree with you.
you gotta, if you're gonna get popcorn, you just gotta buy it there. But everything else, I think you can sneak in.
Why not? Free game.
Do you think?
I haven't had that in forever.
Those are Blockbuster guys for sure.
Yeah. Do you think that they've given up on checking people's bags, like allowing people to sneak stuff in?
Absolutely. They
Yeah, Yeah, like
I guarantee
when are
the
they
people
gonna-
working there have snuck candy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
I think it'd be funny.
Like security just outside, just like catching
the
everybody up. And,
Sorry. We're losing a lot of money here. I'm going to have to fill you up.
That's probably why movie theaters are actually losing valuation. Nobody buys the stuff. And the small majority of people, I guess if we just take the U.S. survey, that still go to movie theaters in general. Now people just wait or just watch it on Netflix
I
or
was about to
wait.
say, do you think it's more of a streaming thing or?
Nowadays it's
Food and
streaming.
drink.
No, it's that. It's no longer the. It's no longer the
Netflix.
vibe or like the.
Hulu, Paramount.
Here's
Disney
what I
Plus.
thought. I think I saw this on Instagram too, but the new Avatar movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Great movie. Awesome movie. Since they were saying that since it was such a big hit, it is kind of moving people back into the theaters, wanting to go see movies in theaters. Saw it on Instagram, so it has to be true,
Has
right?
to be true. Well, I think there are those movies that really
Like a Maverick.
reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
For people. But
But I would love to just sit in my bed, flip on freaking Netflix, HBO, whatever it is, and find the movie. It might take me 45 minutes, you know?
yeah.
But that's kind of...
So do you think commercials are going to be a thing? Like within the next 10 years?
Gary Vee talks about this a little bit.
Yeah.
He thinks ads are going to be a little different. Is where people are going to enjoy them because of... I think he talks about it on YouTube or something.
Yeah, it was. Well, I heard
YouTube.
about it like CTV is what they call it,
Okay.
like connected TV. So that's like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Peacock, whatever. People are just gonna end up buying that. But the advertisements, I'm assuming, would probably turn into like when you're like scrolling or like when you're watching a YouTube video, and it's just like like. One moment as we tell you about this product, or what, you know what I mean?
So they're going to start selling our information to the Netflix channels and stuff. It's like, oh, he's watching all this stuff, and then this ad correlates to that, so they're going to be watching this more.
Well, that's what they
This
already.
ad longer.
That's what all the huge businesses do already.
Well,
They already
that's
sell
what I'm
our
saying.
information, but yeah, they probably to those bigger services, yeah. But there are still live events. Like you can't. I guess you can. I was thinking about like football or like UFC fights and stuff. Because Hulu runs, you can tune into a live sporting event as far as the NFL goes. On Hulu, I think.
I mean, Peacock does it. Hulu does it. Prime does it. They do the Thursday night football games.
Yeah. Do you think that's going to expand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think television is where it's really going to go down.
Yeah.
And it already has a lot.
Yeah.
And I think the streaming is going to go more live. The streaming places are going to buy out like the cable,
Yeah.
and then they'll just move it over. It'll be like Hulu with Dish Network or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of sporting events, are we betting on the Super Bowl, Dawson? That's all I got for you. Yes, I am betting. Do you? So, there's what? How many teams left? It's,
8.
8.
Yep.
Divisional, yeah.
Yep.
How far do you think the Bengals go? I
They
really like the Bengals.
lose this weekend.
Ooh, I like Joe Burr.
Yeah, but I was thinking about this. So, when it comes
Who
to
they
the
playing?
They played
the
Josh Allen.
the
and
Bills.
Oh yeah, they lose this weekend. Yeah.
Could they
Josh
win?
Allen
They
They
win?
beat-
yes.
Absolutely.
They
Josh
beat them
Allen-
before, they beat them earlier.
is the man.
What's
Josh
my
Allen.
fear? That the Bengals almost lost to a Ravens team with a backup quarterback at home. Now, I know the Bills almost lost at home against the Dolphins, against a backup QB. But
Yeah.
the Bills can score a lot of points, dude. They put up
Yeah.
34 last weekend, and I think the Bengals had 20-something. I don't know. I just don't see them beating the Bills this weekend, especially
Yeah.
on the road.
Well, I had brought up this topic with on my last
Oh,
podcast.
they don't.
I brought this topic up on my last podcast, and we were talking about if the NFL was rigged or not. Now, after the whole Damar Hamlin thing happened, very scary, very like tragic. I mean, not tragic, and I'm glad that it wasn't, and everything. The next game that they played, the first play, he ran it all the way back for a touchdown on the kickoff.
Yeah.
I don't think that was rigged.
I can see why people think it is.
Yeah.
So, but this leads me to, do you think if the Bills were to win the Super Bowl, do you think people would have that same, like, the Bills, have to win? Like those who, I guess, believe that the NFL is rigged, it would probably, push their stick in the ground even further of like, yo, like this has to be, you know what I mean? Just because of the whole Damar Hamlin thing. Do you think that's like a...
It'd probably put fuel on the fire.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could like switch this over to basketball. Like the year Kobe died, the Lakers won the championship.
See, it's weird.
Or maybe it was the year after. I don't know, but it was really short.
Yeah.
After that, during COVID and in the bubble, So
That's
at the end of the day, sports is entertainment.
Yeah.
It is.
I saw a thing.
It's entertainment. So I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
the highest probability, the two sports, would be basketball and football that are rigged.
Yeah.
I don't think baseball can be rigged, although there has been a lot of stuff with the corked balls and stuff. They've had lighter balls and they've had heavier balls and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of things that the players don't know about at times. Do you think that could be a possibility?
I think so. I think a possibility, yes. You know what I'm saying?
There's
So
always
I still don't know if
if
it's rigged, but...
Well, if a game's rigged, like let's say this weekend, the Bills-Bengals game is rigged.
Then the Bills would have to win.
There's already a winner decided by
whomever.
the higher-ups in the NFL.
The hierarchy.
How do you go
Vegas,
about...
baby.
Yeah, how do you go about rigging a game, though? Like, who are the specific people on each team who know that this game is scripted?
So I think...
Because it can't be the whole team. It can't
No,
be,
so- I think if it were rigged, it would have to be the refs
refs have to
Controlling.
know.
controlling. Now, the talent on the field, if they supposedly don't know that the NFL is rigged, right, then at a point, the refs could control when they call a pass interference.
Yeah.
Knowing that it brings the opportunity of a touchdown, let's just say, if they're on the 50, they throw a 30-yard pass, there was no contact at all, but they throw it anyway, or a roughing the passer, something crazy, but let's just stick with, I don't know, a penalty just in general. That ups the chance for those players, because these players are dogs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, if they get in the red zone, I know defense really, scrunches and really gets tough in the red zone, but there are teams, right now especially in the playoffs, that these are high caliber offenses. They all have very good quarterbacks, so it goes from a 30% chance on the 50-yard line that they're going to score a touchdown to a 75. And that's why if I were to believe that, it would have to be the refs, because they have called some weird things.
Just the refs, or do you guys think coaches would be in on it, or a quarterback? Like, hey Josh, we're gonna give you a big game check here.
Yeah.
But you're gonna throw some bad passes today.
Dude,
you're
watching Tom Brady in the wild card game, there was some passes where I was like, dude, you're the GOAT and you're passing like this?
Yeah.
There was one that I'm thinking in particular. It was he kind of rolled out a little bit and then he just threw it straight into the middle of the, everybody, just into the ground. And I was like, what the heck? And then on the other side, to give Tom Brady a chance, I mean, the guy missed 4 freaking field goals.
Yeah.
Or extra points. Yeah. That's kind of...
I want to talk about that too. What's his name? Maurer? Brett? Is that how you say his last name? Maurer?
Maurer. Yeah, I think so.
I feel bad for him.
Me too.
Uh,
But they, today on my phone, I was watching some clips from the game, some like mic'd up stuff,
Yeah.
and like all his teammates were super supportive on the sideline. It was actually cool to see.
That creates yips type thing.
I mean, yeah, Joe Carroll was talking about it on your last podcast. He was like, dude, it is hard to come up and kick a freaking field goal.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation. I mean, all eyes are on you. Got 11 freaking dogs coming right at you.
Dog.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I can hit a field goal or extra point
No
consistently.
Yeah, me neither.
I can barely get it off the ground.
Yeah,
type
same.
stuff. So
I think I do pretty well.
soccer guys would probably do great.
I can kick the crap out of a football.
Yeah.
Are you a better punter or are you a better
No,
kicker?
I've done it, yeah. Not very good at punting.
That's interesting. Yeah, I told Joe, I was like, dude, I probably couldn't even like I'd have a better chance throwing it between the, the
To the
poles.
50 yard, yeah.
I'm not saying I could make these 45, 50-yard field
Right, no,
goals
no.
with consistency. I'm just
But, like,
saying, can I
20?
kick it that far?
The extra
Absolutely.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra point, easy money.
I know, especially you're athletic and you got some good, like, muscle memory. So, like, especially kicking a ball and the timing. I guarantee you get a couple weeks practice and you're putting it through the end zone pretty consistently.
Dude, the whole time that game was going and every single time you missed one, I was just logging onto Twitter and just seeing what, like, Dave Portnoy and all the Barstool Sports people were saying. Because they're hilarious.
Dude, the game, a few days prior, the Chargers game, I told you to put $10.
Yeah, that's
I was-
crazy.
I was
dude.
about
I told
to put
you.
That
money
is
on
crazy.
the Jags too.
But I did hit a big under
That's not
on the
bad.
Bengals.
Yeah.
No, over on the Bengals. But then I put an over on Tom Brady's game. And
What was the over at, like 42?
no, it was 45 and a half.
What was the final score? 30?
45 was the cumulative.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Because remember, like, they had no way, but then, like, he scored that last touchdown.
Yeah.
And then they got the ball back on the onside kick. And then he almost hit one of his receivers, whatever, his top receiver, whatever his name is. Why can't I think about it?
Mike Evans?
Evans?
Mike Evans. He ran down, like, 40, 50 yards and almost put him on the 10. And it hit his hands. Nobody was probably even watching by then, but...
I wasn't, yeah.
I was watching just because I was at Blue Chip Baseball and
Oh, yeah.
they had on the big screen over there.
Yeah.
I was just laughing at the kicker.
Man.
But it's hard for me to laugh at him because it's like being in those situations, playoffs, like you said, it's going to develop. You miss one, you're thinking about it.
Yo,
You
yeah.
miss two, now you got the yips. Now you're like, okay, I have to do this, or I might not even be able to kick in the next week.
Yeah. I guess we can transfer that over to what you guys are doing right now. Dawson, you're getting ready to run a marathon.
Dog.
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 And how many?
Marathon number 2.
Yes, you got to remind me how, because I asked you already, but how many miles is it?
26.2.
26.2.
Can't forget the point 2.
I
'cause- know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
I told him, I was like, dude, I'm just going to hop in my car and I'll, like, toss waters out the window. I'm like,
Dude, this this race that I'm running, I switched the location, like I told you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be in Denver. You start, like, just west of Evergreen,
Mhm.
and you run on, like, Highway 104 and Highway 73.
Just,
It's downhill, but
You
you...
grab onto it.
I'm running to Morrison, Colorado, if you know where Morrison is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's, like, it's south of I-70, right when you come into Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of down there. That's where I'm running to. That's the finish point. And I start at like 11,000 feet, and I end towards just a mile above sea level.
So is this...
So it's a downhill race.
Oh, I was going to say, is this
Which
one
kind
You
of
fairly
can
flat?
PR pretty easily.
I know I'm gonna PR, but
The altitude will play a big factor at first, though.
I'm more nervous about the downhill, literally, because
Just-
it works your legs,
Gotcha.
you know,
Yeah.
in different spots than flat running
Yeah.
or uphill running. So
Do you think you'll
That's
go
what I'm
train
nervous
over there? Over in high altitude areas? No?
I'm not going to.
There's no way I'd be able to do that.
Do you still have that, the hype video coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be interesting.
That'll be so freaking dope.
Actually,
bro.
I actually don't know if it's possible because this road that we're running on completely shut down to traffic.
So they're
Both
gonna have
ways.
to run with
The
it.
kid doesn't
So-
have a drone.
He might.
The only problem with that is you have to have like your license or whatever. It's like a 45-minute class. You can take it online or whatever.
So
But
I don't know what's gonna happen. Like in Steamboat, this wouldn't have been a problem, but now it's a problem.
well, he could lace up like a sick ass like pump up video like before you run.
Before
race.
yeah. Could do that
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
Or get like cameras on you or something, some type of.
Yeah.
That might not be the way to go for a marathon, though. You know, having cameras strapped up to you, you probably don't want that.
I don't know.
For the culture, though.
I don't know. I'll have stuff on me because like the first time I ran, I didn't have any sort of like fanny pack or vest, no water bottles with me, which I think really hurt me in the end. Like the only water I got was at aid stations, and it just kind of, I don't know, it played a factor, not being able to hydrate during the run.
How far?
And, like-
Sorry, go ahead.
How far what?
How far are the aid stations?
3 miles
3 miles.
apart. And like when you get to the aid station, it's those tiny little Gatorade cups, you know? And like you're trying to make time, so it's go, go, go. You don't want to stop and just drink 6 little waters.
I think.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
No.
I think Theo Vaughn was talking about the. Have you heard the marathon joke
Uh-uh.
that he had?
Uh-uh.
I don't know. It was on the race thing, but like he had a table. I don't even know if it's Theo Vaughn. I can't remember, but he had a table with all the water and stuff.
Oh, I have seen this.
Yeah.
Oh, that
So
was
you
a
know where I'm
great
going with
story.
it, but like,
Yes. That is a
how
great-
funny would it be if like you like. Somebody, a runner's like running up, and then you say like, "Oh, this is for runners with beards only."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how pissed you can piss some people off, dude.
So sorry, nope, you can't have that one.
You don't have a beard. Sorry. Yeah. Move on.
This table's
3
for
miles
women
that way.
only. You know, like,
That would be so.
I wish
crazy.
we could tell the actual.
Yes, I don't
story.
want to. Yeah, I don't want to touch
either.
on like what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally get you there, but
Yeah.
that'd be funny.
It would be way funny. But
Dude, that first marathon, I ran like a 4-hour, 50-minute marathon, which is horrible.
yeah.
It is horrible. But my only goal was to
Fuck that.
finish. So this time, I think I'm going to beat that time by like an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, big PR coming.
I bet you could.
And then,
Big PR.
are you gonna do this like your whole life?
Yep.
You think you're gonna
I'm
do that?
addicted to it.
Hell yeah.
I
That's
am
awesome.
so addicted to it. This sweatshirt I have on is by Nick Bear. And like, he coined the term "go one more." And I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
it's-
something I live by, dude.
You gotta like live like just step by step. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you run a marathon. You're just like you can't think about the next 26 miles.
No. Dude, you guys should look up
Just
Nick
do it.
Bear. You guys would like Nick Bear a
I'll
lot.
have to look into him. I don't think I've ever heard of him, but maybe I have.
Maybe.
And then Trey, what is your summer looking like? And the whole baseball
Yeah.
deal going.
I don't know anything about the summer right now. I'm headed Monday on the 23rd. I'm going to California to play in a winter ball league, the California Winter Ball League.
That'd be cool.
I had contact with GJ Jackalopes.
That's what I heard.
The other day. They called me, and the new manager, he's going to be the pitching coordinator over in California, and he's like, let's sit down, let's talk, let's see, like, there could be a chance. He never gave me an exact, he's like, look, like, there's going to be hundreds of guys out there, like, you don't have a spot,
Yeah.
but you have a chance, like, we're going to be looking at you.
Yeah.
There's going to be MLB scouts there, and then
Yeah.
a whole bunch of different independent ball managers there. So just another opportunity to just get looked at, seeing eyes on me.
I heard that they reached out to you, but I was like, I didn't know, because I hadn't heard from you personally. I think I just heard from like my parents or something. But yeah,
It'd be something I'd be interested in again. I mean,
Yeah,
why not? Hometown.
might as well, dude.
But I really, if they don't pick me up, I really want to play against them 1 or 2 times.
Yeah,
That's like, there's some, not bad blood, but being a competitor.
yeah, it's competitive.
They're,
Yeah, yeah.
nothing against them. They went on and won the championship, you know. So like, they made the right decision.
Yeah.
By cutting me this year.
I mean, maybe not. I don't think that would have.
I don't believe they made the right decision in my heart, but it didn't hurt them.
Right, but I also don't think that if they were to make that decision, that result wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? I think the same result would have happened, and on top of it, I also do believe that you would have been a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they would have used you.
There's a big thing on what I think. This is my conspiracy about it. Scouts aren't dumb. Front offices aren't dumb. They know your background. They talk to people. Like, everyone knows, or people around me know, I've dropped out of college at CMU.
Right.
And maybe them cutting me is like, let's see if he's actually wanting to put in the work for this.
Yeah.
And that very well could be in that. I'm just gonna tell you, I want to.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's dude, you're the type of story where, like, the Burger King commercials, like, right after. You know, like, Whopper, 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 you know what I'm saying?
Chicken Whopper.
And then you're just like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like one day you'll have your moment where, like, you just, like, if you do were to get picked up again, and, which I hope, you know, and I pray that happens, because, I mean, you've been working at this super hard for a very long time. Mm-hmm. That you just like throw a shutout and then that Burger King like ad just comes on just to finish it off. You know how sick that would be.
Dude, I'm a big visualizer. Like before I go to bed, I visualize my success.
Yeah.
Like just the next day, it could be me hitting arms good. You know, getting a good pump.
Yep.
But recently, it's been me just dominating. I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't give up.
But
you can't think like, oh, I'm not gonna make it or whatever.
You can't get there if you never believe it, and you can't get there if you don't see it yourself.
Yeah.
At first, the first thing you got to do is see it yourself and believe it in your heart that you can freaking do something.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
And I know you have that, and I know you have that.
Yeah, we're like-minded, man. We have, like, ingredients. Like, we don't have all the same ingredients. Like, I got, you know, a little bit of salt. He's got a little pepper, you know. And then you got a little lemon juice. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I got me some lemonade.
And then, like, the actual, like, entree is, like, chicken and rice. And you put all three of those on there, and it really tops it off. Yeah.
It's just like, I was talking to Dawson about this, and he can probably comment on it. I was like, our friend group, like, us three, and, like, Drew Sackett, he, like, who I surround myself around, dogs, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we see what we want, and we're going to work our freaking hardest to get it.
Yeah.
And we could fail and fail and fail, but we know that first failure or the next failure is just one step closer to the next success.
And it may be one of many, but it may not be.
Exactly.
Yeah. You really have to envision, you know, kind of like your success, but also like I think of it as like, you know, Dawson, you like to bowl, right? Yeah, you're a bowler. I think about it as like
a golfer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you like to bowl too.
Yeah, I like to bowl. I like to throw some axes.
Yeah. But like, point is like you gotta envision like rolling a strike.
Yeah.
You know, before rolling the strike.
This man's good at freaking golf,
Dude.
let me tell you.
Oh yeah, man.
I guess we can club.
Oh yeah, you can.
Good at golf.
I haven't beat you yet, so that proves that point.
Yeah. Going back to what Trey was saying, like I think our friend group, we all are big dreamers.
Yeah.
We all have big goals.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where we can all say that we're going to do something and achieve something, but no one's going to believe that you can do it until you do it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Right?
Besides our friend group.
Besides our friend group, we all know what we're capable of.
Yeah.
But that's just how I feel.
I think so too.
I think that's deep, bro. Thinking about that, it's like, yeah, I like that point because, I mean, I feel like that's how everyone is too. It's like, yeah, this guy's saying he's going to do this and he's saying he's going to do that, but like, is he actually going to put in the work that it takes?
There's like no more doers anymore.
No.
You know?
They see a couple things on YouTube, try it out for a couple weeks, and then they are done because they don't see progress in something.
Yeah. And I have like this pet peeve of like the whole like, you know, this whole podcast thing about people like, well, what are we going to talk about? It's like, bro, like, we could talk about how, like, anything. Like, I was like, what happened today? You know what I mean? Or like when people are not on the podcast, but like they're going to watch one of my podcasts or something, it's like, they're like, well, what did you talk about? It's like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's an hour-long podcast. Like, go check it out yourself. Man. Yeah. But yeah, there's not a lot of doers out there anymore, so I think you really start to confuse people when you're actually doing something, and then all of a sudden everybody has questions.
Yeah.
And it's like, just look at the results. You know?
Yeah.
I'd like to give you a lot of props, too, for doing this, because you've been talking about podcasts for a while. Podcasting for a while, and you moved to Florida, and you did it over, like, the NFT subject.
I did, like,
you were grinding, dude.
I did 160, I think I did, like, 165 episodes or something crazy. Yeah. But those are audio ones, and that was hard for me to get into. I've always wanted to do the whole.
Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about, though. Like, you can say you're going to do a podcast, but no one's going to believe that you're going to do a podcast until you do it.
Yeah.
And you have been doing it.
So I'm pretty sure, like, I'm the biggest one now, right? Because I'm, like, the only one in Junction. Yeah. Biggest.
There's one other one, but they don't post very much. Oh. And it's like a sports one. It's the Throwdown or something like that.
Respectfully, fuck them.
Yeah. No, I'm
just kidding.
I hope Trey and I helped you become a better podcast host.
Yeah.
You know?
No, every single episode, even if I have 1,000 episodes out, dude, like, I'm always going to learn. You know?
There's one thing about you that I've always, like, thought about. It's like, when you say something that you're going to do something, you always do it. It's like, I'm going to do a podcast. Boom, I'm going to do a podcast. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to move to Florida. I'm going to see what's out there. Boom, he moves to Florida.
Yeah.
You know? And that's something that I've really, like, thought about. And I'm like, something that I want to kind of bring into my life. Because I kind of am like, yeah, I'll go out with you guys tonight. And then I never show type person sometimes.
Yeah.
But I want to bring that type of energy, I guess, into my life with how you deal with some things.
Well, thanks for that. But also, I see that in you, both of you guys, too. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's a circle thing. It's like you said, it's an energy thing. And so I almost feel like it's almost not competition, but it's the fact that, like, I want to keep up with Dawson and Trey, my other friend group, and my other friend group, and my other, you know, because I have a lot of friends, I mean, it seems like it's kind of dwindling down a little bit, but yeah.
Got to surround yourself with people who make you a better person.
And it's not competition. It's like pure good vibes only.
Yeah.
But I always feel like, you know, you guys both have always had your thing. You've always chased your dream in baseball. He's getting the marathon thing. You guys are doers. Like, you're always doing that.
Thanks, man.
And then I lost baseball a long time ago, and then I just, like, I don't even watch baseball anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just one of those things where I was like, I need something. So.